Hi everyone, my name is Beena Patel. I'm a physician assistant who practices in oncology, and I'm also a yoga meditation teacher in New York City. And going along with the theme of practicing different self-care techniques to essentially prevent ourselves from depleting ourselves in times of COVID or other crises, which a lot of people in healthcare are facing right now, I thought that we could start off by doing a brief guided meditation and then go into a restorative yoga practice afterwards. And the reason I thought this would be really important in keeping with that theme is because right now, a lot of us have not just the stress of the COVID-19 pandemic and outbreak, but also regular stressors that our daily lives entail. And when you're putting that mixture together, especially for healthcare providers, clinicians, any cancer survivor or caregiver or loved ones or what have you, there's just this amplified sense of feeling depleted. You know, you can go into work and have a few patients that you're seeing and come home just feeling an extra sense of, a deeper sense of exhaustion. And I think what that means is that right now, a lot of us are just kind of getting back into the real world. And though it isn't exactly a new normal, I think it's safe to say that we're slowly going back into our daily routine. And so it's easier to feel out of place and more tired and easily fatigued. And so I think one thing that we can really practice doing is recentering ourselves, coming back to our roots, staying grounded, and really trying to nourish that mind-body connection and understand that when we fill our cups and really do the things that we need to do and take on measures to fill our cups up and keep them overflowing, then we have both the mental and the physical capacity to not only take care of ourselves and balance the mind-body connection, but also take care of others in the world. For today's practice, what you'll need is a couple of blankets, some blocks if that's available to you, and then you can use a bolster, but if you don't have a bolster, you can also grab a pillow. And if that's not available for you, a couple of blankets will do the trick in terms of different adjustments we'll do for some of the poses and your yoga mat. So with that being said, let's sit upright, spine tall in a seated or sukhasana pose, and start to gently turn our attention inward, placing our hands on our thighs, maybe palms facing upward, closing our eyes if we haven't already done so. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. Let's breathe into any area of tension that we might be holding in our body, any feeling of constriction. A lot of times we hold stress in our upper back, our shoulders, our jaw. So let's take a big inhale, breathing into those spaces in our body, and exhale to gently release. Allowing our bodies to stay rooted to the ground, feeling supported. And let's take this moment to inhale and exhale deeply. As we shift our awareness into those quiet moments of stillness. Inhale deeply through the nose and exhale out fully through the mouth. Continue to breathe at your own pace. If any thoughts arise, I invite you to just be the observer of those thoughts. As we sit with ourselves in these quiet moments, we choose to be present in our body. Allowing whatever is coming up for us. Inhaling to fill ourselves up with this beautiful energy. Exhaling to release any weight that we don't need to carry at this time. Inhaling to feel into that mind-body connection. And exhaling to release anything that may be causing us any sort of imbalance. As you continue to follow the in-breath and out-breath, let's take a moment to mentally know that we are filling ourselves up with the energy we need to be better people in the world, better caregivers, better clinicians, and a better source of strength and support for both ourselves and others. Take your deepest breath yet. Really feeling into those intentions. When your belly's full, exhale out and fully through the mouth, releasing it. Continue to follow the in-breath and out-breath. I invite you to ask yourself, how do I feel in this moment? Where do I feel connected most? Where do I feel an imbalance? Can I use a deeper connection between mind and body? Can I be more attentive to each breath, to each mindful movement as I go through my day? Breathe into the thoughts that arise in your mind. And as you continue to inhale and exhale, set an intention to be present with both mind and body today. Connecting intellect with movement. Connecting head to heart as we go about our days with grace, with love, with a deeper awareness of our body. And what we need most in this moment. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale to release. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe giving a gentle massage. Moving your neck side to side. Gently rotating it in whatever way feels comfortable for you. Going the opposite way as well. And then when you're ready, inhale and gently flutter your eyes open on the out breath. Starting to shift that awareness back into your room, back into your body. My legs fell asleep during meditation. So just giving yourself a gentle massage if that's what your body is asking for in this moment. And continuing to align ourselves with that feeling of being grounded and feeling that rootedness to the ground beneath us, feeling connected. Okay, so let's start with our restorative yoga practice. You can take one blanket and put it at the top of your mat where your head will rest, and then if you have blocks available for you, place it at a low level like this. So I used 2 blocks, and I placed one blanket and then a second one to really provide that elevation for my legs. And when you're ready, gently place one foot above the blanket and then another. And then you'll slowly, with release, even coming down to the elbows, place your head on your blanket. So there can be a little bend. There should be a little bend in your knees and your lower legs. And you should really feel that your legs are kind of sinking in to your props, and it shouldn't be uncomfortable anyway. This is a great exercise to allow our circulation to flow back towards the heart, as well as any lymphatics in our body, to really keep that flow going. You can close your eyes here and then continue to inhale and exhale for 7 breath cycles. When you're ready, gently lift your body back up by using your elbows for support and then lifting the upper body back up. And then moving your props aside. So for the next one, we'll take our blocks if they're available to us, as well as our blanket. And you can place your blanket above the two blocks. And we'll go into supported half pigeon pose. You can move this blanket to the side. So first we'll do the right leg out, extended out behind us, and positioning our left thigh in a way that is kind of close to our pelvis, but finding a position. And you can take one of your blankets and put it under your left knee and lower leg and bring it above to provide cushioning around your knee. And this should also be a source of support when you lower your body down. And if you find that you need more cushion, you can take another blanket and place it above that. And inhale to lift up, and exhale to gently bring your forehead to the blocks, maybe placing your arms out in front of you. That back foot is going to be what keeps you firmly planted. So make sure you're not slouching or kind of twisting or turning. You really want to lean into that back foot and plant it firmly into the mat. And for those of us that might need additional support here, you can even use a pillow. If you think that you need something to prop you up a little bit more and provide some extra cushioning, then please, by all means, use a pillow. Take 3 breath cycles at your own pace. When you're ready, inhale to lift up, and then exhale, gently bringing your right foot around, lifting the blanket and placing opposite side, and now adjusting yourself for modified pigeon pose, half pigeon pose on the opposite side. Once again, allowing that back foot to really stay planted into the mat and using your blanket to come underneath your lower leg and your knee and come up towards your thigh. So it provides a cushion for both your knee as well as your upper body. Once again, inhaling to lift, allowing the chest to come forward, and exhaling to gently bring forehead or forearms down to your blanket, taking 3 deep breath cycles at your own pace. On the next inhale, gently lift up and exhale to bring your blankets off the mat to release. And then come back into seated position and we'll readjust. So now we can bring whichever blanket we want to the top of the mat or reclining cobbler pose. So you can take a blanket or additional support that you want to add for your head cushioning. And you can move the blocks to the side. Actually, bring the blocks back if you have them, or blankets. And I'm actually going to do the vertical position for the blanket, which I invite you to do as well. And keep your blocks to the side, bringing soles of your feet to touch, and placing the blocks underneath your knees or your thighs to use it as a sense of support as we lower ourselves down. And just adjust them as you need it. So some of us might need more support underneath our knees, while others of us might need it more underneath our thighs. So for reclining cobbler pose, we'll inhale to lift our chest, lift our head up. And then exhale, gently lowering our bodies onto our elbows and forearms before we lower ourselves to the mat. Your thighs shouldn't feel like they're trembling. You should really feel as though the blocks are holding them up, and be able to allow your body to sink into those props for additional support. And allow your back to be supported by your blanket as well as the mat underneath. You can close your eyes, taking 5 breath cycles. You can draw in that intention of bringing a balance to our mind body by tapping into this restorative pose, calling all of our energy back to ourselves. Allowing all of our cells to be nourished with that energy. You can either extend your legs out long and move your props to the side for Shavasana, or you can stay here. Continue to draw in that energy of rest and restoration. Bringing a balance to our mind-body connection. Using this time to fill ourselves up with the energy we need to sustain ourselves and to also thrive in the world. Take a deep breath in. And exhale out to release it all through the mouth. When you're ready, gently come towards one side, coming into fetal position. And then gently bringing our bodies up as we open our eyes, coming back into our space. Moving any props to the side. Continuing to breathe into the intention of balancing our mind-body connection. Bringing balance to both our mental and physical capacity. And understanding that we really need to cultivate the sense of strength and restoring our energy from within before we bring that energy out into the world. On the next inhale, bring your arms up overhead. And then exhale to bring hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Take a deep inhale. And exhale to release the practice. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me for this brief guided meditation as well as restorative yoga. And I hope you carry this energy with you through the day. Thank you. Namaste.